I'm going to show you all the best touchpad tricks, keyboard tricks, hidden features, customization tips, and a bunch of secrets that you're going to want to do on the slick MacBook Neo. Let's go. Okay, so once you open the Neo for the first time, you'll notice that you can't exactly see how much battery it has left. So that's why the first thing you should do is click on the Apple logo, head into System Settings. This window will then pop up, and in here, look for Menu Bar. Then click on Battery Options, and now turn on Show Percentage. And now you can see exactly how much battery you've got left, which is so much better. The next thing you should also adjust straight away is the Files toolbar. And all you do is right-click at the top, then choose Customize Toolbar, and now you'll see all these different icons. But there's two main ones we're looking for. The Delete, which is the trash icon, you can just drag that in, and AirDrop. Just put that next to the trash can or wherever you want and then click Done. Because now, whenever you quickly need to delete something, you just select that file or folder and hit the trash icon. It's that easy. And if you want to share something, just click the AirDrop icon. So much better. And something else I always change straight away is back inside System Settings, this time under Trackpad. Then there's a Scroll and Zoom tab. Right over here, you might want to turn off natural scrolling. Because out the box, when you scroll down, the page goes up. And when you scroll up, the page goes down, which is kind of back to front to me. But with this setting off, now when you scroll down, the page goes down. And when you scroll up, the page goes up, which again is just so much better. But now, let me show you some hidden trackpad gestures you gotta know. Alright, so here's 4 gestures you can do on the Neo's trackpad. The first one is a 3 or 4 finger swipe up gesture, and when you do that, it'll open up something called Mission Control, where you can basically find all your open apps. The second is a 4 finger pinch in gesture. This opens the application search, where you can quickly scroll through all your different apps, or you can use these tabs at the top for different categories, or you can just type in the search bar for what app it is you're looking for. A very handy gesture to remember. Okay, then there's the 4 finger pinch out gesture. This one hides all your open apps to quickly show you your desktop, which is nice because then you can open up whatever other file or folder you want. And then to go back to your open apps, just pinch in again. And for the 4th gesture, this is the 3 or 4 finger swipe left or right. So this one is for when you have multiple full screen apps open or desktops, you can literally just swipe between them. Nice. Okay, now that you know the most useful gestures, let me show you the most useful apps you are gonna wanna get straight away. This first app I probably use the most, and you can get it from blip.net. It's called Blip, and all you do is pop in your email address and click on free download. That's it. Then install Blip on any, and I mean any other device you may have, whether that's a Samsung phone or Android tablet. And here is why it is one of my most used apps. If you ever need to send a file to any of your other devices, you just right-click on it, tap Share, then right over here you'll see Blip, choose your other device from the list, and it'll instantly send to it. This is by far the easiest way to share files between different devices, and I even find it more reliable than AirDrop most of the time. Okay, but another app I recommend you get is in the App Store, and this one is called Hidden Bar. Go ahead, download it, and once you open it up, make sure you just turn on this first tick box. Now, in the top menu bar, you'll see this new arrow, and this is essentially a hidden menu. So to use it, you just hold down the Command key, then click and drag any icon to the left of that bar that you want to hide, or keep anything to the right of that if you want to keep it visible. And now, anytime you want to access any of these, just tap the arrow to open it up and tap it again to hide them all. And that's it. It's a small app, but it makes a big difference. But now, let me show you another big difference you can make, but this time in the control center. So I'm pretty sure you guys know that the control center is where you find all your quick settings, your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, literally anything you need. But it's also customizable. You just hit edit controls and now you can do a lot of different things, like rearrange and move things around. Or if you right click on them, you get a bunch of different resizing options. There's small circular icons that fit more controls. There's a medium pill shape option or a large one that shows you a bit more info. You can even drag controls out of the control center and drop them straight into the top menu just to make make them more accessible right from there. And of course, you can add a bunch of controls. There are literally so many different ones to choose from, so definitely scroll through the list. But something else you can do is if you tap this plus box, it adds a whole nother control page. Then you can choose an icon like this music note. Then I just added a bunch of controls to do with music like Shazam, the media player, and Spotify. And then once that's all done, you can just quick and easily switch between different pages depending on what it is you need. Nice. But now let's really get into some customization. Okay, so let me show you how you can go from this to this. The first thing you gotta do is head back into system settings, then go into appearance, and now the fun begins. So if you switch from this default option to tinted, bam, everything from your system icons to your app icons and even the widgets change to the color of your MacBook. You can even change the color to any of these options like yellow, for example, or if you click on choose color, you can specifically choose whatever you'd like just by adjusting this hue slider and even the saturation to get the perfect color. There's also the option to choose between dark or light icons, which is so sick. But what about customizing your folders? Well, if you right-click on a folder, you'll see this Customize Folder option. And again, here you can make it any one of these colors that you'd like. But what you can also do, and I love doing this, is give it a custom icon. There are so many to choose from, like people, travel objects, you name it, and look at what a difference that makes to all your folders. It's just so much easier to see what's going on. Or, and this is even better, you can choose an emoji instead if you want. It could be any one of them, and if you're a visual person like me, then definitely use this for your folders because it just looks so good. And speaking of emojis, you need to know this. So bringing up the emoji keyboard menu when you're typing on a MacBook is just not as obvious as you'd think. But all you need to remember is to hit the function key and E. Then bam, it'll open up the emoji keyboard where you can find every single one and you can just tap on it to select it. Nice and easy. Okay, but another shortcut you gotta know is the Command, Shift, and 4 key. This opens up the screenshot picker, and now all you do is drag over what it is you want to take a screenshot of, and it captures just that selection. Easy. And by now, you should know that these keys control the volume and brightness, but did you know that if you hold on Option and Shift, then press the volume or brightness keys, you'll be able to make smaller incremental adjustments to the volume or the brightness to make sure that you get them just right. Pretty hidden. And probably the handiest one is the Command and Spacebar shortcut. This opens the brand new Spotlight search where they've made it so much easier to search through all your different applications, search through all your different files, or even search through your clipboard, which is everything you've recently copied. Oh yeah, and you can even type in a web address here like Amazon.com and boom, it'll take you there. But now, how about we move on to some camera tricks? Okay, so in low light, the Neo's camera is not that great. So here's a really cool trick to fix that. With your camera open in FaceTime, look for this green video icon, tap it, and this opens up the camera settings. Now just turn on edge lighting, and just like that, you've got a virtual ring light. Haha, this is so cool. And if you use it in the dark, you can see it makes a pretty big difference. And you can even tweak it too. You just hit this little arrow on the side, where you'll see these two sliders. So this one changes the size and brightness, and this one warms up or cools down the shot. Honestly, this is such a smart feature, so definitely don't forget this one when you're on a video call. But if you really want the best quality, let me show you how to use your iPhone's camera. All you do is head into your iPhone settings, then under General, then go into AirPlay and Continuity and make sure you turn on Camera Continuity. Now, whether you have a little tripod or a stand, just position your phone as though it's a webcam. Then again in FaceTime, but now under the Video tab, go ahead and change this from your MacBook camera to your iPhone's camera. And that is literally it. It's kind of crazy at just how seamless and lag-free this is. And as you can see, the MacBook's camera is not that great, but the iPhone's camera is a giant step up in quality, okay? But there are even cooler tricks the Neo can do with the iPhone. Alright, now here's how the Neo can control your entire iPhone. All you do is go to your apps and open up iPhone mirroring. It looks like this. Once you open it up, it instantly connects to your phone, and now you can see and control everything on your iPhone, but from your Mac. What is so cool is you can drag and drop files or photos, whatever it is, between your phone and Mac. You can play mobile games, or you can just use it like normal, but on your Mac, while your iPhone screen stays completely off. But if you want to quickly just copy things between them, then make sure you go back into System Settings, under General, click on AirDrop and Handoff, and make sure you toggle on this top option. Then you just got to do the same on your iPhone. So under General Settings, under AirPlay and Continuity, make sure you turn on Handoff. And now what this allows you to do is copy anything from your phone, whether that's a link or a picture, and paste it straight on your MacBook without having to actually transfer anything. It just happens instantly. And another thing I suggest you do is inside Desktop and Dock Settings, under Widgets, make sure you have iPhone widgets switched on. Because now, when you go to add widgets to your desktop, not only can you add Mac widgets, but you can also add ones from your iPhone. For example, you don't get Instagram MacBook widgets, but if you use the ones from your iPhone, you can easily have ones that connect to stories or reels, different media players, and basically a bunch of widgets that you wouldn't normally get on a Mac. But now, let me show you some nifty quick tips. Now, this is a really nifty feature. If you ever need to remove a background from a photo, just open it up, find this little button, click it, and the background is gone. Okay, but what if you find a bunch of text on a website? Well, if you highlight all of it, then right-click, you'll see this Summarize option, which will instantly summarize all the text you selected. And my favorite quick tip, what if you wanted to split screen any app? It's actually so easy. All you do is hover over this green button, which opens up the layout menu, then pick which side you want it to split to, and that is literally it. And just grab this bar in the center if you want to adjust the size of each window. But by far, the best thing you can do on the MacBook Neo is hit that subscribe button so you don't miss videos like these, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Toodles!